Right, here we go. Tis Monday morning. It is the 29th of July. I made a mistake there on Thursday. I called it Monday, and there's no 3 Mondays in the week. There's only one that I know of. Anyhow, I hope everybody's all right, staying well. I mean, this weather's wonderful. I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. And this could be nice now if it's staying for a day or two when it's cheer us all up. Now I'm going to two birthdays yesterday. It was Heather Page and Philip David Thomas was their birthdays yesterday. Happy birthday to you both. And only one today is Felicity Furby that I know of. Anyhow, it's her birthday today. So um, just all have a a lovely birthday. Now I put on a few little short quips things yesterday on my going around the doing foundry. That's my dog just come through the door, um, and as I'm going to say is I'm going to go around Ale now, and I'm going to film all the historic buildings and give it a lot of information in short little things so that you can understand a little bit of it. I'm going in all the shops as well, but I'm going to cover Foundry, well, all the way up through Penpole, up to right up to Copperhouse, up to near, right at the top. So and over the towers, and of course we've got the best beach in the world now, as they know. So I shall go over there as well and do a bit of filming. So please bear with me. I will get there eventually, and thing. But and somebody said yesterday, well, you forgot Mr. Empson. No, I haven't. I haven't forgot Mr. Empson. He will be on my list. So hopefully nobody will be forgotten. Now I'm going to do a one here today by Liz Arman. 7 buns for 6pence. Oh, wave back, my queen. Look, the green man on the wall is waving to you, and there he was on the walls behind the nurse's hut, his arm raised in perpetual salutation. A smile on his face as he cheerfully informed everyone that the rally bicycle he was riding was the best. Obediently, 4-year-old Elizabeth waved back. Granny sometimes forgot that she was a big girl now and would be going to school September. Elizabeth didn't want to spoil this day, as it was the first time that Granny was taking her on her own to Penzance for Thursday market day. And now here she was, dressed in her best pink tweed coat and bunny wool tam, on the fawn and brown bus that ran between Mousehole and Penzance. The black leather seats were so hard and shiny with wear that it made going down slopes and round corners rather hazardous and exciting, especially when your feet couldn't reach the floor. When they arrived at the post office in Penzance, Granny took Elizabeth by the hand and told her as they walked up the terrace to a grocer's shop, "We're going to do the order first, Elizabeth." On the doorway of the shop stood a wooden box containing a lot of very strong smelling fish. "Oh, that's salt codfish," commented Granny. "That's for fish and taters on Fridays." On top of the box sat a huge cat. As Elizabeth went to stroke it, Granny said, "Don't touch it, my love. It's bound to have fleas." Elizabeth didn't know what fleas were, but she did know they were not nice. Inside the shop, Elizabeth found herself lifted up onto a tremendously high chair beside the counter, while Granny sat on another. On a shelf outside the counter was a row of biscuit tins with glass lids, and as she looked through the lids, Elizabeth could see all sorts of lovely sugary ones, chocolate-covered ones, and best of all, pink and yellow wafers. Would Granny buy any of these? The tall chair was a good vantage point from where Elizabeth could see all the shelves filled with tins of pears and peaches, peas and beans, and all manner of foodstuffs. Another section held a vast array of wax polishes, metal polishes, soaps, and cleaning materials. On the counter stood a display case of luxury goods, crystallized fruits, beautiful boxes of chocolates, crystallized violets and rose petals, and marzipan fruits. The selection was mouth-watering. Behind the mahogany counter were shelves containing gaily coloured bottles bearing such strange names. Although she was only 4, Elizabeth could read, thanks to Granny. One label read White Horse Whisky, another Lemon Heart Rum. What was that, like the lemon barley that Mummy made when you were poorly? The funniest name was Dry Fly Sherry. What would what would that taste like made out of flies? There was a lovely smell, and Granny said it was bacon and coffee. Elizabeth had never had coffee. Granny was being attended to by a very stern looking lady who wore a white overall that was so stiff it looked as if it was standing up by itself. She had grey hair pulled back in a bun and wore steel spectacles on her nose. She powered out Granny's order with brisk efficiency, and Elizabeth knew that she wouldn't dare push a finger on the lid of the enticing biscuit boxes for fear that the stern lady would frown at her if she did. The pile of groceries piled up, tea in red packets, currants in purple, butter and lard cut off in huge blocks, flour in a cloth bag with spillers written on them, All these were to be delivered to Newland next day. With the purchase made and paid for, Granny said, "We'll go to the pork butcher's now and get some hog's pudding for our tea. You like that, don't you?" Elizabeth was very fond of the spicy sausage, especially with HP sauce. "Can I have HP with it, Granny?" she asked. "Yeah, of course you can," Granny replied. This purchase was completed. They made their way up to Causeway Head, where they stopped at a baker's shop with a notice in the window stating, "Market Day Special, 7 buns for 6pence. Choose your own." To Elizabeth's delight, they went in to buy some. "Now, as long as we get Congress tart for Granda, you can choose the others," said Granny. Feeling so important, Elizabeth chose from the buns displayed in the window. Being a little girl with a fondness for pink, she chose as many pink buns as she could. "Are we going home now, Granny?" she asked. "No, my love, we're going to the pictures. I'm taking you to the picture drome to see Shirley Temple. Would you like that?" Elizabeth felt as pleased as if she had two birthdays rolled into one. Shirley Temple, with her smile, dimples, and mass of golden ringlets, was every little girl's ideal. Elizabeth, with her own dark brown hair that refused to curl and straight fringe, would never be another Shirley Temple. However, the two of them spent a blissful hour or so carried away on the good ship Lollipop, singing the songs from the film. They made their way to the Green Market to catch the bus to Newland. For the journey home, Elizabeth had to sit on Granny's lap because the bus was so full on Thursday's market shoppers. Granny had a very soft, comfortable lap. The light was getting quite dim now, and there was just enough to see the green man on the wall. When they got home to Granny's house, they found that Granda had already laid the table with a clean white cloth, and the kettle was singing on the slab. Granny laid out the buns on a plate, and the two grandparents exclaimed over the excellent choice of buns that Elizabeth had made. Then it was time to go home to Mummy and Daddy to tell them about her trip to Penzance. Later, when she lay in her little bed, her mind a jumble of black cats, green men, fancy buns, and Shirley Temple, Granny came in to kiss her good night, and as she hugged her, Granny, Elizabeth said, "Granny, that was the best day I have ever had. Can I come with you to Thursday market again?" "Of course you can, my lover, but you've got to go sleep now like a good girl." And with a sigh of contentment, Elizabeth turned over and did just that, dreaming of the next time. Take care.